Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review of South Park: The Streaming Wars. This is the third movie that came out from Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the creators of South Park, and I will tell you right now, out of the 14 movies, they had a deal, right? 14 movies for $900 million to go to Paramount Plus. This is the third Paramount Plus movie we've gotten out of 14, and I think it was the best one we've got so far. The other ones were pretty interesting. They focused on COVID, meta commentary on COVID, and they actually showed us what the boys will look like in the future and like how their stories might play out, like Stan going to the military or Eric Cartman becoming homeless. But this one was just really, really interesting. Like this felt like old school South Park, this movie. And I can't wait to talk about it. So spoiler warning. If you guys haven't seen it, it released just yesterday, guys. It came out yesterday on June the 1st on Paramount Plus. You guys can go watch it. And I'm going to get right into it here. So this one focuses, it's called South Park: The Streaming War. And we were all baited. Okay, if you were a cartoon news channel like I am, we were all baited. The plot details of this movie going in before what we knew about it where basically Cartman is mad that he now lives in a hot dog, right? That was the plot that we were given, and somehow there was going to be an entire like story about the streaming wars, right? Now, when you think of streaming wars, you probably think Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, HBO Max, etc. Netflix. Did I say Netflix? I think I did, right? Hulu. Like, there's all these different streaming platforms, and obviously Paramount Plus. I think I missed that one too. But the point is, that is the streaming wars. It's crazy. We're seeing like all these creators go from here to there, and they're buying all these different franchises. Netflix has bought like a ton of things recently. We saw Disney, not Disney Plus, but like Disney themselves a couple of years back bought the entire Fox library, so they own Simpsons and Family Guy and all these like really classic shows. And they also own like Home Alone, and they made a terrible reboot. They just like they replaced Kevin with an English kid. Like, what the hell was that garbage? But yeah, so Disney has been doing some very mixed things with the properties they've bought. But it's we've seen this. There's an entertainment war. And so they make this movie called South Park: The Streaming Wars. Everybody thought that it was going to be about like Netflix and all them. No. It was all a joke. This is so clever. It's actually about rivers, and they actually went and it was more focused on global warming and Man Bear Pig. If you guys don't get the joke, what's going on here? Al Gore, many, many years ago, Al Gore came out with like this movie. What was it called? Hold on. It was Al Gore climate change movie. They made us watch it like 100 times. An Inconvenient Truth. Oh my god, how could I forget this? They made us watch this stupid movie like 1,000,000 times in elementary school here in Canada. Okay. And I was getting tired of it. They also made us watch this other movie called The Day After Tomorrow, where the weather goes crazy and everyone like almost dies from the weather elements and global warming. So yeah, they made us watch this, and Al Gore made this like, The Inconvenient Truth, and we had to watch that over and over again, and many people across North America did too. So what they did in South Park is they basically called Al Gore a crazy person, right? They called him a crazy person. They're like, global warming, it's just, a fad. It's, the climate changes every year and things happen. Sometimes we get an ice age, sometimes we get, global heating and cooling and all this kind of stuff. So they kind of made fun of Al Gore, and they created this character called Man Bear Pig, which is one of the greatest episodes. It was so good, man. That episode is so good. I love Man Bear Pig. And over the years, it was, so the whole joke in that episode was that Al Gore was crazy. Man Bear Pig doesn't exist, kind of like how climate change doesn't exist, right? And then over the years, Matt and Trey actually had to come out and like say, okay, yeah, the planet is like warming a little bit here and there, and so they actually had to like come out and do episodes where Man Bear Pig was real. Just recently, only recently, we have seen Imagination Land. We did see like South Park in there, And, that was kind of like, well, if Man Bear Pig exists in Imagination Land, he's probably, that was kind of a shot at climate change not being real. And over time, their minds changed. Their minds changed. I myself am a bit iffy on it. Like, yeah, it seems like things are getting a little bit warmer, but also I feel like the planet goes through a cycle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's really hard to confirm everything, but I think the world goes through an entire cycle, and maybe eventually we just loop around to an ice age again. Because I remember when I was a kid, they were always pushing global cooling. They were like, oh yeah, the planet's cooling down. Now the planet seems to be getting warmer. I don't know if there's a cycle with the Earth. I can't, I'm not a climate activist or anything. I just, I'm giving you guys my 2 cents on it. I think there's cycles, and we're just going through a heat cycle right now. And who knows, maybe in another 20 years, all the crazies will be like, it's global cooling. We're heading towards another ice age. I don't know, but South Park, they kind of backtracked, and they even apologized to Al Gore, and they actually made Man Bear Pig a real character that focuses on climate change. Okay, so this is what the whole thing's about here. Instead of streaming wars, it's actually about water, like streaming water from a river. Very clever. It was just so well done. Oh my god. So yeah, Man Bear Pig is in here. He actually is in here. Oh my god, I can't believe they made Al. Okay, I don't want to. Actually, I do have to spoil it. It is a review, but Pee Pee is in here. You guys remember Pee Pee's Water Park? If you're a fan, longtime fan of South Park, there was this hilarious episode from way, way back in the day where Kyle was forced to drink urine. Oh my god. I think that episode, they also made jokes like how people, some people, like, what was it? Don't pee, or they pee in the sink, or what was the gag that episode? Oh no, people piss in the shower. Yeah. Kyle didn't like it how people piss in the pool and the shower, and he's like, I don't do that. I piss in the toilet. So that was the whole joke of that one. So they actually brought Pee Pee's Water Park back, and it turns out Pee Pee is a villain. So Pee Pee has become a villain now. Good old Pee Pee. That was pretty funny. Then we have the other plot line. So there's basically like 3 plot lines going here. Cartman and his mom. So they're living in the hot dog. This is what we thought the movie was going to be about, right? Like Cartman, he wants to get his mom. He's tired of living in a hot dog, so he wants to get his mom out, like breast implants, so that he across the street there's a rich guy that's moving in, and he wants her to get breast implants so she can attract the rich guy, and he can go live in a giant mansion instead of a stupid hot dog, right? So that's his plan for this movie. And then that's the first plot. Then we have the whole Tegrity Farms thing with Randy and the whole weed thing there. And then we have the other plot where it's like the water, right? The streaming of the water, and how they basically mention how in Colorado the water is drying up. And I don't know if that's real, like in Colorado. If I'm assuming it might be, if they did this whole thing on this. But yeah, so we get like 3 different plots, and we get like the boys, we get like Randy's own little adventures where they keep calling him a Karen because he's complaining about everything. I thought that was really funny too. Even the police were like, "Oh, great, it's Karen." It's they know him by name, they just know it's Randy. Yeah, he actually shows up in person. They're like, "Oh, great, Karen." So that was pretty funny. Yeah, Randy was being a real bitch this episode and just complaining about everything. He deserves the Karen moniker for sure. Randy was just on point. I really enjoyed the humor around Randy. The Tegrity weed thing. I don't know. A lot of people don't like the Tegrity weed thing. I think it's here to stay, and I'm just going to accept it for what it is. Sometimes it's really funny. Sometimes it's not. I don't know what the deal with Towley is, man. Towley, sometimes he's there. Like, he was in this episode for 1 minute, and then he kind of just disappears for the rest of the movie. But I guess they had to focus on Pee Pee more, Pee Pee. And there was, like, the water. It turns out, like, there's this guy, the inspector, the water inspector. It's, like, revealed that he actually works for Pee Pee later on in the film. I thought that was pretty funny, too, that, like, him and Man Bear Pig actually work for Pee Pee. What are the odds? And so Eric. Oh yeah, I guess we'll go down the Eric road first. So Eric. Actually, I guess we have to go to the boys. So Randy and no, the boys. Yeah, Craig. Not Craig. What's it? Tolkien or Token, whatever. Token and Kai, or is it Kai? Stan. Token and Stan. They basically see the rights to the water, right? Tolkien's dad, he has the river that goes through his farm. Randy has the river that goes through him. Well, the stream, I should say. That's why it's called the Streaming Wars. And they basically are trying to figure out where the water flows through to who gets rights to the water so they could sell it like a subscription. And so there was meta commentary here on like Netflix and all these things and how they're all selling their streaming services. They even mention in there that they believe that at the end of the day, there's only going to be like 3 major streaming services left after all this crap implodes on itself. There was just such great meta commentary on the streaming. But basically what happens here is Kyle and Token, they basically come up with this idea to put boats. They make these little boats out of like popsicle sticks and construction paper, and they send them downstream. And whoever's boat goes downstream first gets like rights to the water. So the people of South Park who need the water, like Pee-Pee's Water Park, right? And other companies needed the water too. They would get for that day the subscription to the water. So that's how that would work. So it was this weird plot. Like it was a weird plot, but I love how they did it. I really do. It was just a great jab at streaming services. Like every minute was a jab at a streaming service in one way or another. And basically what happens is Stan and Token end up making so much money that they're basically Cartman in his plot. He wants to try and get his mom breast implants, right? And I thought that was hilarious. But his mom was like, no, Cartman, I'm here because you made me lose my job as a realtor in the real estate sector. You made me lose my job, and now we're in this crappy home because of you. I caved into you. And then Leanne basically says, I've had enough. I'm never caving into you again. And Cartman is not having it, so he tries to raise $10,000. He sees his friends are making that much money. I was actually surprised that Kyle, the kids actually say that if they include Cartman, he's going to ruin it. Cartman actually did not ruin the business for a change, so that was very, I actually enjoyed that. Cartman just kind of partook in it and didn't ruin it. I guess it got ruined all on its own in this episode, but in this movie. But so yeah, Cartman ends up getting the $10,000 from his friends putting those boats with the little Lego people down the stream, and he he takes his mom to the clinic trying to surprise her, and in the end, she's just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting the breast implants. And then Cartman's like, I'll run away from home. I'm gonna run away. You're gonna see. And in the end, Cartman ends. He ends up getting the breast implants. Oh my god! And then they had Kenny feeling him up. I thought that was, because in the previous seasons we've seen like Kenny is like there's episodes about him like major boobage and there's a lot of boob related episodes with Kenny. He feels them up for like 3 seconds and he's like, yeah, they're real. So Cartman does get the breast implants, and I just thought that entire plot line was hilarious. Can't wait to see where they go with it. Obviously, Cartman's going to remove them. They also made some jabs about how children nowadays are getting all of these, sex change surgeries from, even though they're minors, they're under 18, they're getting all these surgeries. So they're making changes. They were making some jabs by changing Cartman into giving him breasts here. And they didn't really talk about like estrogen and all like transitioning. Maybe they'll do that in the next movie. Maybe the next movie will be about just taking a jab at how many of these sick doctors all across North America are giving kids like all of these conversion therapies and all these pills and really just indoctrinating them into believing they have a wrong gender. I actually kind of want to see them go down that road a little bit. Not too much, though. Don't go too much into it, but just what they did here was kind of nice. It was like they touched on it. They're like, Mom, it's 2022 now. Boys can get this kind of surgery. Kids are getting this kind of surgery. So I really enjoyed what they brought to the table with, taking a shot at that. Other than that, so then we go back to the story with like Randy and, everybody's calling him a Karen. That never gets resolved. It seems like from now on, people are just going to be referring to Randy as Karen because he's complaining about everything. But they actually even brought Shelly in here for a quick minute to explain to Randy what Karen means. I thought that was pretty funny. We never see Shelly. Like, Shelly never appears. Even Sharon barely was in this thing. She was in there for like what? I think Sharon got less screen time than goddamn Towley, and that's like Randy's wife. So that's pretty interesting there. And we just seen like there was a lot of characters in this one. But I think they made really great use of it. Just so many great jokes, so many meta commentaries on Netflix, on streaming services, and towards the end, we get the sort of reveal that the water inspector that was going around and like convincing people to sell their water worked for PP's water park. So PP ends up being the major villain of this thing, like I mentioned a couple times. I think he was a really fun. I still love PP. I loved him in his original like movie or in his original episode there. I always enjoyed the character. I always said they should bring some like side characters like him back more often, and they actually did for this one. So I'm really grateful. Hopefully PP doesn't die. I feel like whenever they do a big movie like this, the major like in South Park, a lot of times the villain kind of just dies and we never see them again. I kind of hope PP becomes the sort of Montgomery Burns of South Park. We don't really have like a rich evil guy, you know what I mean? Like, who's the rich evil guy in South Park? Like, The Simpsons has Burns, and maybe even that Texas guy too. There's kind of a cabal. Yeah, The Simpsons kind of has a cabal of like billionaires and millionaires in a couple episodes. South Park, we don't really have that many like rich, notable characters. I kind of want to see PP become the sort of Montgomery Burns of this show going forward. So I really hope they don't kill PP off. But they also almost killed Token's dad there. It's unclear if he survives. I'm gonna say there's like a 99% chance he lives. So that they can keep making more movies and episodes in the future about the rivalry of Tegrity Farms and Tokens, whatever. I can't remember what the name of their marijuana farm is, but they do a lot of episodes about Tegrity Weed, so I doubt they're going to kill Token's dad. What else? Anything else that I missed here? Yeah. And then, so basically, Man Bear Pig kills the billionaire that Cartman's mom was supposed to seduce so he could live in the mansion. And yeah, that entire plot's gone. The water park, so it was, like I said, PP owns a lot of water. He's trying to get people to use up tons of water so that his evil plan is that they'll start drinking pee and urine. He even... He ends up backstabbing the inspector at the end and giving him like a shot of like a shot glass filled with urine, and he's like, it's a bit salty. Oh my god, I just can't believe they went all in on the streaming service. Like, this entire thing was about water. Like, it was all about water, folks. Like, it was wild, it was wacky. I just loved it. It was everything about this one. I had such a great time. I think I have to give this a 9. I have to give it, I might, like, I don't like to give things a 10 because then it's like, you're telling me it's perfect and it can't be improved upon. This has to be a 9 out of 10. This might be the highest rated thing I've ever given something on this channel. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see, it leaves on a cliffhanger. I can't wait to see what we're going to get next. And I believe that, so we're getting 14 movies. What they're trying to do is 2 to 3 a year. Maybe we'll even get 4 movies this year. So this is the first movie that came out this year. Let me just double check online. Yeah, so the movie dates were November 25th, 2021, and then it came out a month later. So we could see the next continuation of this movie in July, maybe July 4th. Yeah, they did it about a month apart the last time. So that we got South Park post-COVID was November 25th. South Park post-COVID Return of the COVID was December 26th. December 16th. So it was about a month or 3 weeks away. The streaming wars now is June 1st. My theory is that for July 4th, right? That's Independence Day in America, I believe. Here in Canada, we have Canada Day on July 1st. So that's coming up too. But yeah, I believe on July 4th for Independence Day, because they did do it on Thanksgiving last time, and they did do it right before Christmas. They seem to be lining up with holidays. I wouldn't be surprised if they randomly announced during June that for the first week of July, that's when we're going to get the South Park Streaming Wars conclusion. I don't know what they would call it. Last time they called it South Park post-COVID, the return of COVID. So maybe we'll see South Park, the Streaming Wars, return of the wars, or return of the stream. Who knows what they're going to call it, but I just had such a great time, folks. What a great movie. Like, if you guys haven't seen it and you watch this review, why would you watch this review and have me spoil the whole film? It was just such a great film. I don't think I could say much more. We're already approaching 20 minutes, and I said this was going to be a quick video, so I just enjoyed this film. It was so good. I can't wait for the next one, and like I said, I'm speculating it's going to be in July, and I can't wait to read all your comments down below. This had to be the funniest South Park movie we've gotten yet, and probably one of the most enjoyable South Park. I enjoyed this movie more than the entire 6-episode season that we got back in, was it January? Like, this was more enjoyable than the entire season that we got earlier this year, in my opinion. So I really love this one. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with Cartman. Can't wait to see what PP going to do in the end. Are they going to kill him off? And I guess we have to find out what's Randy's conclusion going to be here, because Randy just always inserts himself into the plot. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Let me know all your comments down below. Give me your score out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10. Give me your score down below. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say down there. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro so I can keep bringing you guys more content and reviews like this one. Thank you so much, guys. Peace out. Bye-bye. Have a great day.